Hello, welcome to your beginning frame drum technique video. So this is my frame drum. I'm going to be teaching this in the lap style position. So that's the position where I'm sitting and then the drum is sitting on my lap, resting. If you do know the upright position, which looks like this, where you hold it underneath and play, and you know those strokes already, you're very welcome to use those strokes for our class, but this is the technique I'll be showing on here for a basic technique. Okay, so first thing, when I hold the drum, I want to figure out which is my dominant hand. This is my right hand, my dominant hand, and so I'm going to put the drum on my left leg. So I put it there, I place it, and I want it to be about halfway between my knee and my body. Okay, so about halfway, and you can adjust it. And then I take my arm and I'm going to rest it on top. Now, the way I rest it is that I think about my wrist resting at about 12 o'clock, my fingers curving towards the front of the drum, and my elbow curving back behind the drum slightly. And it depends on the size of your drum and how wide it is to be able to feel, but you want it to feel comfortable and stable. All right, so this is the holding position. You should feel pretty comfortable here. The first stroke we're going to cover is doom. Doom is the low stroke or the bass sound on the frame drum. And the way I get the bass sound is that I'm going to actually use my thumb as if it were a mallet. So when I use my thumb, I use both the tip of my thumb all the way down to this padded part. So when I strike, I use this padded part as well. So this is all hitting at the same time. And what I do is I take my palm up to the sky or the ceiling, and then I twist it. I rotate it in towards my body. So in towards my body. So up, palm up, and then a twist in. Now, when I play the drum, I want to find the spot. This is the middle of my drum, and this is the edge of my drum. I want to find right in between, in the middle section of that. That's the sweet spot for the bass. So I tilt my hand, twist it up, and then strike. I do it kind of quick, and then I get off the drum right away. So I just strike it, and I'm off. So let's see if I can show you from the side. See how I'm off the drum right away? Doom, doom, doom. You want to get that nice ring. So the drum is resonating and ringing. Good. Now some things that could happen is that you get a scrape sound like this. If you're getting a scraping sound, it just means you're turning your hand too far. So what you want to do is have it palm up, and then as soon as you hit the drum, then you release it like this. So it's like push, 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 push. Okay, if you rotate downward, then you're going to get a scrape sound like this. So you just want to hit the drum and stop. Okay. Another thing that can happen is if you just use your fingertip, you kind of get this. If you just use the pad of your hand, you get this kind of sound. And if you don't get off the drum, like a press sound, you'll get kind of a pressy sound. So you want to make sure you lift off the drum as if it was like a trampoline. You touch it and it's off, and then you hop off. All right, so that's your doom stroke. The next stroke is tek. So I'm going to take my hand and very much like a doumbek, I'm going to use the very tip nail of my ring finger. You see that? My ring finger is on there. And this time I'm going to take my palm downward and I'm going to twist it upward like this, or into my body. So my palm's down, I twist in, and my ring finger is slightly forward so it lands first. Okay, so I just learn how to hold my ring finger a little forward. This is tek. It should be a slightly higher sound, still ringy, with its overtones. The The other thing I want you to watch for is that when I play my doom, this is about 3 or 9 o'clock. If my drum was a clock, this is 12 o'clock, and the bottom is 6 o'clock. And so this would be 3 or 9 o'clock, depending on how you're thinking of it. So my doom is there at 3 or 9 o'clock, and my tech is just below it, okay? So make sure your tech's not way down here, so you're not doing this. But you want it to be on the same sort of plane. Anyway, we'll get to that stroke in a second, or the combination. Tech. So just say this stroke and play it. Tech, 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 tech. Notice how my elbow is out. And I'm rotating my forearm and my wrist. All right, so now we want to combine those together. So we're going to go doom, tech, doom, tech, doom, tech. So I'm going thumb, and notice that my palm goes up and then down. So that's how these two strokes work together. When I finish one, I'm preparing for the next one. And then I just move my hands in and out. Thumb and ring finger. Thumb, ring. Okay, so practice that doom, tech, doom, tech. Now we're going to do our ka stroke. Ka is our top hand. So up to this point we haven't used it, but now we're going to. All right, so the first thing is you want to adjust your hand so your wrist is at 12 o'clock, and you might need to adjust it so your elbow is coming back a little further. Then I'm going to leave my thumb down, and my thumb is right on that ribbon. Do you see that? I have like a little leather ribbon. You might have just a little line or some kind of ribbon. If you don't have a ribbon, it's okay. Just imagine one there. And then I'm going to take my ring finger. I'm going to pull it up all the way to this front edge by my thumb. See how my thumb is here? My ring finger is there. They're kind of close together, okay? And I also create this little tent space, or a place I could hold an egg or a mallet or something. So that's the position. This is the basic position for ka. Now when you're beginning, it might feel uncomfortable or the drum feels unsteady. So if you feel that way, just hold the drum with your other hand. You're not going to use it at this moment. And we're just going to lift our finger up and bring it down. Sort of quickly, as if you were closing a trap. You want to keep this ring finger as straight as possible. And notice how my other fingers move with it. Pointer finger kind of stays in place, but it moves a bit too. Now this can fatigue really quickly, so this is one where you can build some strength. So we go ka, 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 ka. Now it might not feel like much, but you can work with this a lot and create beautiful music. That's into advanced mode, not quite advanced. Any of the other strokes we're going to get into later in class. So this is ka. So now a combination you can practice is doom, ka, doom, ka. Then once you get that one, then you can try doom, tekka, doom, tekka. Okay, excellent. So that's going to be enough to get us started, and the rest of the techniques we'll cover during our class. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and I'll see you on our first day.